One of the things it's really tempting to do when you're working with a group and you're expected to be teaching them a skill is to keep jumping in and keep teaching them that skill and keep correcting. And whilst that's understandable and that is tempting, that's no good for them, or certainly less effective for them, because what they'll get is a facsimile of your skill set, and that's not what you wanted to do. Certainly for martial arts, for me, that's not what it's about. So there obviously needs to be some level of instruction and giving them basic tools as far as figuring out how those tools work and getting things to run clean or smooth or faster or whatever it is they're working on. Let them figure that out. Back off a little. Let them make their mistakes a few times, and then if you want to intervene, ask them a question about do they know why they're making those mistakes? Can they answer their own question? If they answer their own question, that knowledge is then theirs, as opposed to you just telling them and filling in the blanks, and they're far more likely to retain it, and most importantly they're far more likely to understand it on your terms rather than a translation of what you've given them. So really simple actions like pinging them an email after a session, just to say, oh, I know last week we talked about you having an issue with X, I think you really nailed that today. Just sending them a text to say they did well. I've had some students recently that I would have said on session 2 or 3, yeah, these guys aren't going to stick around because they're struggling with this. They've worked really hard and they're still struggling, but they're still working hard. I make a point of letting them know that I've noticed, and I'm very proud of them for doing that, and they should be proud of themselves. That's really at least half of what we should be doing as coaches, because then you develop people and not just skill sets. I started as an instructor, and to some extent, if I'm running a beginner session, I still think of myself as more of an instructor, and is more controlling and I'm very prescriptive. Once people have done a certain number of hours, then I'm a coach. My job is to build them up and show them how to foster their own skill and their own confidence in what they're doing, and that's outside of physical skill sets. Yeah, that's been a definite change for me over the years.